Good evening, everyone. I'm Riley King, and welcome to my evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. Let's begin. Female suspect in shooting at YouTube's headquarters died of an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound, police say. The suspect in a shooting at YouTube's headquarters in California Bay Area is believed to be a woman who was found dead from an apparent self-inflicted gunshot wound, police said. Let's take a listen to the full report from ABC News.
To all the people who could quest like I tried to. This is an ABC News special report.
Hey, good afternoon. I'm Tom Yamas. We interrupt programming to bring you breaking news from out west, just outside of San Francisco, where there's been a shooting at YouTube headquarters. Police are calling this an active shooter situation. The FBI and the ATF are also on the scene. This is still very preliminary, but sources tell ABC News, and our station down there, KGO, is also reporting this. The shooter is believed to be a woman. San Bruno Police Chief Ed Barberini is about to start a news conference. Let's listen in.
Hi, my name is Ed Barberini. I am the police chief with the San Bruno Police Department. And what I'd like to do is just give you a quick briefing and a timeline of what we know now and where we're at this point. So if you'll bear with me, information is coming in. It's obviously a very fluid situation, and we're doing the best we can to keep everybody up to date. So at 12:46 p.m. this afternoon, San Bruno Police Department received numerous 911 calls regarding gunshots at the YouTube campus located on Cherry Avenue in our city. San Bruno Police arrived on scene at 12:48 and immediately began a search for a possible shooter or suspect. Upon arrival, officers encountered numerous employees fleeing from the building. It was very chaotic, as you can imagine. We did encounter one victim with an apparent gunshot wound towards the front of the business as we arrived. Several minutes later, while conducting a search of the premises, officers located a second individual with a gunshot wound that appears to may have been self-inflicted. We are still working on confirming that. Two additional victims were located several minutes later at an adjacent business. The extent of all of the injuries of our victims are unknown right now. They were all transported for emergency medical care, but they are all unknown. So if I missed that, we have 4 victims who have all been transported for gunshot-related injuries, and we have one subject who's deceased inside the building with a self-inflicted wound that at this time we believe to be the shooter, but we're still following up on that. Multiple law enforcement agencies have responded to assist. We're very grateful for everyone's help and assistance. We could not have responded and accomplished this without everybody's help. This is an active event and an active investigation, and numerous law enforcement personnel from numerous different local agencies are still conducting a search of the business just to make sure that that it is clear. We conducted a quick, immediate search of the premises when the first officers arrived as pursuant to our active shooter protocol, and after that search was concluded, now we're going through with a methodical, slow search just to make sure that we cover all the bases. That's all I have for you at this time. We hope to have something a little later. I cannot give you the time of the next press update, but we'll put that out as soon as we have that information. I'm sorry? No, I cannot confirm that. It's a female. Yes. My understanding is that they've been transported and they're being treated for injuries that are treatable. We're hoping for the best, obviously.
Are there more people inside the building, or?
My understanding is the building has been evacuated. There are people in the immediate area. We're obviously trying to contact a large amount of people to try to identify and gain some information from witnesses at the scene. So you can imagine it's a monumental task with the number of employees that work inside the building. I'm sorry?
Can you talk about what weapon or weapons were coming?
I don't have that information. I'm sorry.
Do you have the police of San Bruno, the sheriff, who else is?
I haven't taken inventory of all the agencies here. There are numerous agencies. We work well with our neighboring partners, and we're grateful that they're here. But there's a lot of them. Yeah, I want to clarify that we did locate a victim with what we believe to be a self-inflicted gunshot wound. It's a female, but the investigation is still ongoing before we can put all the pieces together. I don't have any information regarding that. We are clearing the building and searching the building in a slow, methodical manner like we would do anyway. So we haven't eliminated that possibility, but we have no information to suggest that there's somebody else in there that we're looking for. Yeah, a lot of employees self-evacuated, as you can imagine. We've identified a group that we want to talk to, and we have staging areas where our detectives are reaching out to them and interviewing them. So we're trying to do as orderly as we can, but a lot of people, pretty hectic scenario. So it's a task. No, I believe my understanding is that the building has been evacuated, so they're all outside of that building.
Okay, how many people are you talking about here?
Several hundred, a few hundred. I'm sorry, a few hundred. It was my understanding. I don't know.
And was his boyfriend there?
Oh, I have no idea. I don't know the circumstances surrounding this at all. I don't want to eliminate any possibility. I don't know any of that for sure. Like I said, this is still active. We're still investigating this as I'm speaking to you. So there's a lot of things that I just simply don't know right now. I don't have that information. All right, and I will try to get you an update as soon as we can once we know more. But I think that I've given you almost everything that we know at this point. So I appreciate it. Yeah, when we know, I don't want to give you a time because I may not have a lot for you. So when we can identify a time that's appropriate to come back and update you again, we'll do that immediately. We'll probably put that out through our media list and through social media.
Sorry, Chief. We understand from one employee that police had to borrow badges in order to access parts of the building. Did you have any trouble getting where you
I don't have any information regarding that right now.
Any problem with security at YouTube? We've heard there's not even metal detectors on the
We're not even at that point yet. We're still trying to address the situation in front of us. Okay, I will get you some more information in a few minutes. I don't know. They've not been identified. So that's all I have. And again, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
And if you're just joining us, we've been listening to the Chief of Police of the San Bruno Police Department updating the news media on that shooting at YouTube headquarters in San Bruno. The biggest headline that came out of that news conference, the shooter who is now deceased is a female, which is very big news. I want to go to Pierre Thomas, our senior justice correspondent, who's been tracking the developments. And Pierre, the headline out of this, so far, one victim believed to be the shooter, dead with a self-inflicted gunshot wound, but that shooter is a woman, something we have not seen in a very long time, definitely not in the last year, at some of these major shootings across the country.
That's exactly right, Tom. Police saying that they encountered a very chaotic situation, did encounter a deceased woman on the floor at the YouTube headquarters, apparently from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. That's why they think that this person is the shooter. As you said, extremely rare to have a female shooter in these circumstances. Last year, the Secret Service did a study of roughly 28 such mass shooting incidents. All the perpetrators were male.
I also want to bring in now one of our analysts, a former FBI agent who studies mass shootings, Brad Garrett. Brad, you heard the news conference there. Break it down for us. We know that the shooter apparently is dead, a female. 3 to 4 other victims with gunshot wounds as well. This happened at 12:46 on the West Coast during the lunchtime. YouTube, a sprawling campus there in San Bruno, 1,700 employees, possibly targeting the lunch hour. What did you make from other things the police chief told us?
Well, that you have basically 4 people hospitalized and a dead shooter. So the real question, Tom, here is motive. Did the shooter go there to shoot a particular person during the lunch hour and then take their own lives and other people just happen to get shot? That remains to be seen. So, you know, the real key is motive, and is there anybody else connected to her?
Now, Brad, the target here, or the place where this happened, YouTube headquarters, which is owned by Google, what does that mean? Could this have no connection whatsoever, or could it have a huge connection because of all the people that log on to YouTube every single day and or use Google?
This goes, Tom, from personal, I'm going there to shoot an individual, to I hate Google, I hate YouTube, I don't like something on YouTube. It's really hard to say at this point until we have more information. But, you know, you sort of have to function in what do we know about this woman, and does she have connections, or has she sent out other people or other pieces of information that would suggest that this is bigger than just her?
A major revelation, no doubt. A female shooter at YouTube headquarters who we now understand is dead. This is still an ongoing and active situation, so we will continue to monitor the story on abcnews.com, and we will have live team coverage on World News Tonight. We now return to our regularly scheduled programming.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report from ABC News. And that is it for my evening news report right here on the Riley King Network. I hope you all have a great evening, and I'll be back with more news reports tomorrow. Good night, everyone. Bye.